I think Sudden Death was a pretty clever title. I liked
I
that.
liked it. I think that's a play, right?
That's yes. That is in fact a football term.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's why everybody wants Jessica's 4.
Everybody wants Jessica's 4.
Everybody.
Yeah. Because the popular tags for this on IMDb are man wrapped in towel, bare chested male, football stadium, towel, locker room, hot tub, and dancing. I think that sums up this episode
Oh my God.
pretty well.
That search bar is for a different time in the evening. I'll just say that.
It's quite a battle.
No, it's war, Mrs. Fletcher.
Tonight on Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, I don't
There
intend
she
to.
Right,
is.
indeed.
It's tonight on Murder, She Wrote. Hi,
It
I'm
sure
Victor
is.
Devon,
I'm petrified.
and this is
This is
officially tonight
on Murder, She
on
Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote. Ah.
I never say the tonight, and it's because I cannot tell when you're gonna say it in
Oh,
yours.
of course, I know. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Tonight.
Tonight
See?
on see, it's in sync on my end.
Oh, see, yeah, there's that slight
I
delay.
know. I
Oh
know.
well.
One of these days we're gonna be in person.
In front, yeah, it'll happen. But tonight on Murder She Wrote, oh, we have a doozy.
Here we
Well,
are.
this is sudden death. This is
The football episode.
the football episode. I mean, it's not that I don't care. It's that I just don't really care all that much.
You know,
It's
I was trying to think of what to bring to the table at the beginning of this episode, and all I could think of was like, I just don't care.
yeah,
We were
no,
literally on the same page.
not a great one. So, you know what, let's just have some fun with it. So folks
Let's
at home,
do.
don't think that we are bad mouthing this merely because it features noted Caitlyn Jenner in a supporting role. This is obviously pre-transition, so this is 1985,
Mhm.
but we don't dead name around here.
No.
And as awful a human being as Caitlyn Jenner turned out to be,
Unfortunately.
this is when she was trying to be an actor. I mean, I guess that
Yeah, it's what you
I
did,
don't
I
remember
think.
that being a thing
No.
for her, but
Well, and she wasn't the worst actor in the show, but she wasn't the best actor in the show.
all right, so we opened at a funeral.
Yes, we do. And Jessica was wearing a lovely gray blouse, maybe silk, with one bow.
Yes, it's sort of a either a dark gray or a green almost, like a
Yeah,
velveteen.
yeah. Do the screen share
Uh,
for me, hon.
oh, sorry.
That's okay. I remember very distinctly this outfit, so I can volley.
Uh,
There it is.
there we are.
Oh, she's the Jessica Fletcher is again the beneficiary of a will.
Which is a frequent occurrence. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess if you're well liked, I mean, I
I
don't know. I don't
suppose,
know if I
but
have anybody I don't,
can
I
I
mean, I don't
be
surround myself with a lot of affluent people,
fair?
but
But I would love to be the beneficiary of a will, let alone
when,
many wills.
of a person I didn't really care about that much, that would be
Yeah,
ideal.
yeah. Like, who's
But
this?
but I guess with her reputation of seeing many people off to their happy reward, it would only stand to reason that at least somebody would give her money.
Angel of death, indeed. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Thank you for taking my child to their final resting place. Here's my money, I
Or in this
guess.
case, a football team.
Oh my God. It's so stupid.
It is. And I thought the Congress episode was a little tenuous.
Yeah, yeah. This is more.
Yeah. Well,
This takes the cake so
she's
far.
4%. She owns 4% of the leopards.
And she
Uh,
takes a very vested interest in this 4%, I will say.
as naturally as she
Like, I
should.
would get the rid of this shit.
It's where's the set? Do you remember?
I have no idea. It's at the football
Okay.
stadium.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Right. Oh, very helpful. Very
There's
helpful.
nothing else that's really important here.
I mean, so this is filmed in California. I don't even know if any of it is. Yeah, all of this is Santa Clarita,
Yeah.
Universal City. Uh,
What
uh,
what sort of level of football team do you think this is? I can't
it says
decide if they're like
professional.
high tier or like minor leagues, or I don't even know how that works in football, to be honest. But I kept thinking like, how known are these people? Oh, look at all those butts. Okay.
All the butts. Yeah, there's a
There's a
lot of
lot of that,
sweatpants.
which is okay. It redeems the episode a little bit.
Adds just a smidge of oh hi. Adds just a
Crotches now.
smidge.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Maybe we were too severe on this episode.
I think so.
Uh,
Maybe we need to reframe the way we're thinking about this
it's
episode.
I mean, this reads very like high school to me, like well
Very.
established high school,
I
but
think
high
my high
school
school
all the
stadium was
same.
bigger than this. This is not that impressive to me.
Oh, and now a giant of all thing, a giant football helmet car has just flown at her,
This was the Horatio head of this episode.
being driven by a little girl.
I know.
And
Who ends up being deaf.
yes, yeah. So for the intents and purposes, Caitlyn Jenner is in fact playing a man here. So she's Zach Farrell, who is
Pretty
the
central in the plot.
adoptive parent of
What's the girl's
Jill.
name? Jill. That's right. Yep.
Jill. Uh, Good enough.
It's fine.
She's not the most precocious of children, but we get a
It's
little actual sign language, which is neat.
okay. Can we talk about how this plot line is so separate from everything else? It doesn't touch a single other element other than, oh, this girl is, and they lean into it, which is why it's weird in the 80s that they don't say something about it, which I kind of
I mean, I
appreciate.
guess this is DEI for
Sure.
1985, isn't it? This
Yeah.
is their way of saying, look, people with other abilities exist.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you
Can
imagine?
you imagine? Well, and knowing that sort of the inclinations of producers in this time, they would use that as a story device in some way.
A very
They don't do
special
that here.
episode. A
Yeah,
very
they don't
special
make it
episode,
that.
yeah.
It's very
No,
like, oh,
she's
this is a
not
little girl who is deaf, and Jessica learns a little bit of sign language. End of story.
she's not at
To
risk.
spoil.
She's not a victim. She's not a suspect.
Right.
She's completely inconsequential. And I don't know. I mean, I've looked it up. Unfortunately, her big hit was a
Hmm.
successfully long-running series called Rocky Road.
Okay.
Um,
Never heard of it.
Nor had I. The leads are not famous. It did not age well, or did
Fair.
not age particularly excitingly. It's also from
58 episodes.
1985.
Oh my gosh.
I know,
Okay.
right, right.
How have we never heard of
Um,
this? It
I
must
don't
not have
know.
any,
And I
it
feel
must have been very
if that
generic.
actress had been deaf, that would have been
Yeah.
an element point.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but there must have been a producer in common or something. She must have gotten the job from
Something.
something.
Yeah. Good for her.
Yeah.
Actually, it was my favorite part of the episode, to be honest. So I'm
Well,
into it.
naturally, the sports stuff is not going to stick necessarily
No.
quite so
No.
strongly.
Meanwhile, we're in a sports club meeting right now. Did we forget?
Yeah, they look
I
like
know
they're
it's
all
so
going to
uninteresting.
they're going to all different parties. Like they don't look like they're in
Yeah.
the same meeting. There's a gentleman in like a suit,
They are
like a
dressed for
fancy evening
archetype right
suit.
now. Yeah. Yeah. There's the guy in the football coat, like the Letterman's coat, and then
The
there's the
f- the foot
lawyer.
Not the football coat.
I mean,
You've
kind of.
spoken
Look at it.
like a true fan.
You forget I grew up with
N-
the Midwest dad.
uh,
Yeah. And this is actually an actual football player, I think.
this one right here.
Yeah. He is, let me see if I can get the name because I scrolled to a different page to look at the little girls series.
Credits.
Dick Butkus.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
recall
who
him.
was a player. Yeah.
And then a commentator.
Yeah. Kind of sexy in this episode.
Oh,
I mean, there's a time.
well, that
This
would
was
be
his
the
time.
gentleman in the gentleman in the mustache
That's
that we
right.
saw,
Yes.
where we
And
see
the
him
yep.
shirtless in a towel a little bit later.
We sure do. We see a lot of him. And I think he was okay with
So
that.
he preferred it. He actually
He
requested it.
did. Now we're talking to the Phil Kruger, who's an important character,
Yeah.
obviously. And he is what? What's his role? Is he the manager of this ball club? He has some role. Let's see if the synopsis can help me. See, I just watched it last night and
Yeah.
I just didn't care to know any of these people.
You just sort of, I mean, this is one of those, you just sort of let it happen,
Yeah.
and just let it go. Uh,
Businessman Phil
this
Kruger
is,
is dead eager to buy Jessica out for her share.
okay.
That's
Yes, he
that's what
wants the
IMDb says.
4%.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wants the
Jessica
4%, because
inherited 4% in the football team. That's right. Going back.
that would give him the primary share because he owns
Something
just
like
under half of it
48 or
already.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he wants control.
Yes,
And
this is all
he's
coming
not the
together.
worst bad guy, but he's a little sleaze.
Well, he's one of those unlikables who were
Hmm.
given all of the signs that, oh, he's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
If something happens to him, oh well. And
Yeah.
well, there you go.
We don't care, which makes this episode a little more palatable. Let's talk about Zach Farrell and his wife Kathy here and her awful haircut. Oh my God. What is
It's
this
a
mop on her head?
it's a signature style from the era,
Ugh.
if I can recall. And yet another co-star of WKRP in Cincinnati. We've seen quite a few of them.
That's true.
This is Jan Smithers.
Jan Smithers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love that name.
S- Jan or
She
Smithers?
better, she's, I mean, both
Oh, all
together.
together. All together.
I think of like the fun of Jan Hooks and then, of course, Smithers. We get it. Who is she talking to now? I'm not following this one bit. The
Oh, this is the
the coach of the
coach.
team. Yeah.
This is the
And
coach.
he's a little skittish.
Yeah. You know what? You know what
Basically,
it is?
everybody wants to buy her out. That's the story here.
There's another sports themed episode, which is the baseball team, where I think it's a nephew
Uh,
who gets traded to another team in Arizona,
yeah,
or Scottsdale. And that was a little bit more interesting, I think, as a character.
sure.
Um, and because it's not also not related to like I don't know, the shares of like who
Yeah,
controls the team.
yeah,
It's a little bit more interesting. But
totally.
all through this time, that actor, the coach, Warren Berlinger,
Hmm.
just reminds me enough of the one of the actors in that episode where I'm like, I'm very confused because he's not that actor. He's not that actor.
He does look like him though.
He
He
does.
does
And I
have the
believe that
vibe.
is
Yeah.
Paul Sorvino in that episode, I
Is that
believe.
who that is? Paul
I think
Sorvino?
it is.
Wow.
I think
Okay.
it
I
is.
have to pay attention
Mira's
when I watch it
father.
again.
Mira's father.
Hmm.
Uh
Oh, wow.
Yes, and now
So,
Coach Patillo also wants to buy
yes,
JV out. So it's a rush to get her,
everybody wants her shares for different reasons.
which
Um,
naturally she's going to dig her heels.
yeah. She's like, I'm gonna find out more about this team because that's
She's
what I
like,
do. Get in people's way.
I don't know anything about football or owning a team or any of this. Why would
Uh-huh.
I be involved? Well, then sell your shares. Well,
Uh,
I don't know if I should. Like,
hello,
why do
Congress.
you care? Why do you
This
care?
is that episode all over again. Like her getting
Is
involved where
it?
she should just like step out, girl. You are too much. Meanwhile, Phil Kruger made another offer and he like fucking quadrupled his offer of like 30,000 to like 160,000. That's not the right math. Gay math, folks. But
No,
like
but you
everybody
know,
really wants this money. Victor
tempting.
Devon.
Yes,
She's
sweetheart.
wearing this ugly red dress again.
She's
Why is she wearing this red
wearing
tube
this ugly
again?
red dress
She looks
again.
like a sea
You were so
creature for God's
excited.
sakes.
Look at this gentleman in the back, though.
I
He's just hanging out in the
know.
pool in his
Uh,
purple little underwears.
Everybody else is in suits and he's in a fucking Speedo in this pool
Why is
party.
he? What party
Was
is
he
this?
hired? Is he the eye candy or is he actually an invitee?
It's like this weird because it's like a grotto in the
Yeah,
middle of this
it's very
like
strange.
cabin. Like
Yeah.
I don't even understand the
Bungalow, it's
making
some
of
like
this.
chic kind of, is this like, this feels very California vibes to me.
Not my
But like
California,
everybody,
but
not
who can
today for
afford
sure.
this California now?
Everybody's wearing
Okay, other
suits
people are in
and
suits. Okay, there's
everybody's
an
in
indoor
suits.
pool.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
And some
Oh,
people are, I mean,
All right.
these are very, very fit men and women in this pool.
These are football players. They're meant to
These
be.
are very good-looking people. And I told myself, let's try to focus on something else. And then we watched an episode about football players, and here we are, just presented with everything imaginable.
Look at this leopard
Uh-huh.
uh little
Cheetah?
statuette because
Yeah.
the team is called the Leopards. So
Uh-huh.
naturally this person must collect everything that has leopards.
To tell us where we are.
Just to remind us,
This is set dressing.
to be fair, as someone who
Yeah.
owns a company called White Elephant Burlesque, I own a lot of white elephants. I will tell you that right now.
I have a lot of a fair amount of little white elephant trinkets as well.
Mhm.
So,
It's just a
and I
little.
love them. You don't you don't see them often.
This is a
Who's the guy with
schmoozing
the chin, by
party.
the way? There's so many people here that we meet, and there's
The
the guy
guy
with the
she's talking to
chin.
right now.
No, the guy before.
Oh, with the
Webb
mustache.
McCord, who's played by John Beck. But he is critical too, but I don't know why. And then she meets this
Oh
guy, the
yeah.
lawyer, Gary Harris Talmadge, played by Gary Lockwood. Who are these people? Why
They
do they
are.
care? Why are they all trying to get her money?
I swear I've seen this episode like a dozen times,
Same.
and I have not held on to any of these.
It just doesn't land.
Uh, okay. So Zach,
Hmm.
aka Caitlyn Jenner, in a very
Hmm.
long suit jacket. I'm
Hmm. This is
distracted
an
at how
ugly look. Let's
long
just say
this suit.
it's just not good.
It's almost a peacoat. It's an odd situation.
It
So
doesn't make sense.
Zach, the character Zach, has gone to the house of
Hmm.
wait a minute, I
A
got it in a
lovely faux
second.
tutor, I might
Phil
add.
Kruger.
Yeah.
He got a note saying, "Come to my house," to get him out of the house.
Phil Kruger is the businessman who we met, by the way,
Come
who
on, dancing. I think it
initially,
how to
okay,
dance.
watch Jessica dance with Dick Butkus.
We all
Where
watch
are
Jessica
they?
dance
On the
with
ship of the Pirates of Penzance? Come on.
it's oh, and now she's been taken over by Webb McCord.
Yeah, Chin.
Okay. Chin, Mr. Chin.
Look at him. My God.
It is a substantial chin.
Yeah. He's good looking. Don't get me wrong.
All
It's a
right.
striking look.
I
That
feel
mustache, too.
I feel he looks familiar.
Mm. Oh, something important
Perhaps
here is
he's
that
in another episode.
Dick Butkus is taking pictures of everybody at this party, and Jessica is in all these pictures with these random footballers. Good for her. Good for her. Hard bodies. Um, but
Dancing,
those pictures are
dancing.
going to come in handy later on in this episode.
As naturally they would, because they
Hmm.
indicate a before and after that is necessary to
They are in,
identify.
yes. They are intentional. They are not superfluous. Her dorky dancing on the patio next to the pool was not for naught.
I love this like high school sign that says a leopard never quits. What does that mean? What does that
And
mean?
and these handwritten signs on the wall, like this is a professional sports club. Come on.
It's
Um, oh,
oh,
and look at
and
that. Kruger is
Kruger's
dead in
dead.
a pool. What kind of pool is that? It's like a
It's
tub, like a
like
sports
a
therapy tub,
jacuzzi.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, like a hot tub,
Yeah. Something for rehabilitating physical
which
bodies.
is also important because hot tubs run hot,
Mhm.
as
Yes.
naturally in the name, which will give the
Uh-huh.
time of death a difficulty.
True. True. Never thought about that. Warm that
Well, they
blood.
do mention it a couple of times. Fletcher.
Shh.
But here,
I
okay,
told you I
finally,
don't care much.
we have a Golden Girls actor.
Yes.
Are we excited? All right. Uh,
Yeah, he's okay.
it's perfectly fine. I think actually he's relatively handsome
We
as
are
well.
talking
It's
about, of course.
Stevie, who
Hmm.
plays the lieutenant here, as played
Hmm.
by Tim Thomerson, which is a terrible name.
God, what was he thinking
Uh, I don't know.
when
He
he
had the
registered with a
opportunity,
union? Come on, man. Um,
but he is Blanche's boyfriend who is playing baseball, another sport,
yes, he was.
and he turns out to be a cross-dresser at the
He sure
end.
does.
And I'm not
Yeah.
suggesting that it's interesting that he is also in an episode with Caitlyn Jenner, but that is an
Hmm.
interesting element.
Seeds are planted. We never know where.
We never know.
No, he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah,
He has very little to
fits.
do in this
He's
episode.
believable as a 50-something baseball player in the Golden
Yeah.
Girls, which
Yeah,
is like,
he's very
what?
athletic. He's handsome. He's sort of that all-American guy, but just a little weird, which is why it works.
Right, right. And I will point out the reason I say that that's interesting is because he comes to the house of Blanche in that episode all dressed up, including with earrings. But it's that kind of early 90s, we don't know what
Yes.
trans identity or
Yes.
anything, where it's sort of half drag.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's an identity. We're not quite sure. We're not quite sure.
That's
So
such a great, stupid storyline. I love it so much. And I like myself.
and I like it. It's actually treated oddly tastefully,
It's like
very strangely.
he's not a villain in that episode.
No.
No, we kind of root for him in a way.
Uh, Blanche is of course naturally
Yeah, yeah.
the shallow
He
one.
does look a little different in this episode.
Okay,
Anyway.
so this is not what Caitlyn's hair has ever looked the best. This is an awful style that she rocked through most of her sports career. So I understand
like
why they kept it.
80s box, 80s Wheaties box, and
Awful.
yeah, it doesn't work. So essentially, Zach Farrell is the prime suspect in this murder because of all the circumstances. Krieger wants him off the team. Blah 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 blah, all sorts of reasons. So our friend Caitlyn Jenner is the prime suspect here, and we of course know that they're not the murderer because they're Jessica's buddy. They
Right.
adopted a
And
deaf child for God's
they
sakes.
have the
They're
deaf
good
child.
people. Yeah.
Naturally, we're not going to incriminate this
No,
character that we've spent a lot of time
a lot.
sympathizing
We
with.
care about Zach Farrell.
We have a
Well,
fabulous lady right here, though.
sort of. She's the best, by the way.
Mavis
Who plays her?
Kruger, Elizabeth Savage.
She is delicious in
Savage
this
is
episode.
is she?
Oh, she gets the best silhouette moment of the season, I think.
She is getting a naked rub down with a towel
Uh-huh.
strategically placed by a very handsome gentleman.
Finding
And
out
we
that her
find
husband has
out,
been offed, right?
and she's just not that disappointed.
No,
We
they
see
are
her later
estranged.
also
Yeah.
looking fabulously 80s all dressed up. But
And
this
also,
with her casual, very nice.
yes, and she could care less.
Yeah.
She could care
And this is,
less.
I believe, our first side boob
Okay,
of the show.
she
Because
looks good.
they were showing a lot of her
This was a fleshy episode.
flesh. Ooh. Okay, so
Oh, that
Zach's
hairstyle is back.
wife,
Yikes.
Kathy.
Yikes, Kathy. That hairstyle is 3 times too big for you.
It does, yeah, it drowns her out. It
Oh, it's
drowns her
not
out.
good. Yeah. And what is she wearing? What is this coat she's wearing? Does she think she's
Her husband
73?
was just arrested. Give her a
Whatever. She
minute.
should be wearing black, if anything. Jeez.
This tiniest little diamond necklace.
I
It just
know.
doesn't do anything.
She looks like a
It's just,
bird.
it is a little bird like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Enough about Kathy. What are they talking
Sorry,
about?
Kathy. Basically, Zach is innocent. You know, Zach
Zach
is
is
innocent,
innocent. We
and
know.
Jessica has to solve the crime.
Yeah. Because she has a penchant for doing so.
And now, actually, it puts curiosity into who will especially
Hmm
get that extra 4% because
hmm
Kruger's widow is likely to sell. Because why would she care?
Very important detail. So Jessica has a lot on her shoulders now with this 4%. She got to figure
The
it out.
football players are fighting for some reason.
That guy looks dead.
He's just out.
What happened?
I don't know.
Does that mean he's not dead? We hope not,
He's
Jessica.
fine.
Not
As
another
they
one.
step over
I
him.
know. We only care about the people who are actually murdered here.
Well, if they don't have a
Accidental death,
name,
whatever.
if they're not given a character name, I mean,
Yeah. So she's learning that basically Zach Farrell is, because he has an injury, he's kind of paid to just show up and not do anything, which makes him a big money drain on this club.
True.
Yeah, yeah. Poor Zach. That old injury.
That old sports injury.
You're right. So that's where this comes from. Okay.
Yeah.
It's real. It's a thing. Oh, Rudy. Who's this guy she's talking to now? He's great in this episode. Security guard Arnold F. Turner.
Is he?
He's just a
Or is
security
he?
guard. He
No.
doesn't have
I
a name.
think no,
Oh
that's
no, no,
Grover.
that's
That's Grover Dillon,
have we seen Grover? Oh
isn't it?
yeah, I mean we haven't seen the security guard. Never mind.
No.
You're right. Okay. Here I'm looking at pictures like they're the same age on IMDb. Jesus.
No, it's actually it's very confusing because a lot of these white guys look very similar. So when they
Oh,
throw in the token, it's hard to
oh
keep
geez.
track of.
Oh, I hate that.
Okay,
But
and
I
he's
have
of
no
course
idea who
not a
these white
football
guys are.
player.
That is true.
He's of course like, oh, but this is the towel scene. So
Oh, okay.
she's talking to
Okay.
this guy, and
We're
suddenly
here
all
for
of
it.
these guys in towels keep walking by of varying different ages, which is a little
Yeah.
confusing considering they're all on the same football team.
Who's the
But
rookie and who's the statesman here? Okay.
and Dick Butkus comes in, clearly with his towel not around his waist,
Fully naked.
and he quickly puts it around.
Yeah.
And Jessica only just realizes that he has
How,
exited the shower.
Victor,
Yes?
would it take you this long to realize that someone was butt ass naked in front of you?
No.
No.
No. In
Okay.
fact, it probably would be the first thing I would notice.
Mm-hmm. I think Jessica Fletcher has an obsessive disorder that keeps her from seeing the important
It's
things
just a
around her.
very tunnel vision, I
Uh-huh.
think. Yeah.
Yikes.
And now we have a bunch of other
We're
characters
on
that
a
are just
shooting range.
skeet
Okay,
shooting.
the characters of Phil Kruger, Harris Talmadge, and Brad Lockwood are essentially the same person to me. Throw in Webb McCord. Who are these men?
Well, one of them is the officer.
Yes.
He's the lieutenant,
One of them
Clyde
is Lieutenant, yeah.
Pitts. One of them is Webb McCord,
Yes.
who
Who does what?
is
We don't really know.
uh
I feel like this is important as to why Alan Kruger is dead or Phil Kruger is dead, but
he's like
who is Webb
a
McCord?
gadabout. He's like a
Okay. He's just in
he's
everybody's
the one
business.
who ran the party.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good party. Good party.
Yeah, I don't think he actually has a position on the team. I think he's
Yeah.
just like a well-to-do.
He's just around. And then there's Brad Lockwood, who's an attorney. He's the attorney. Is he here right now? No. I'm, ugh, I mean
Or
Harris
is that
Talmadge.
Talmadge?
Who is Talmadge? What is his role in this? He's
Uh
like sort of a pseudo suspect who we never really learn more about. He's very, he kind of fades in the background here.
now we have Baxter. That's
Who are these people? I
Baxter
don't
was
care
the
who these
butler
people
at the
are.
very least. At the
Oh,
very
okay.
least,
The butler did it.
if that would just simplify things considerably.
Honestly.
There are too many characters,
Hmm.
and none of the suspects are women.
Why? That's such a
Even
waste.
it's such a weird thing. I mean, I guess because it's
This is like the
football.
capital offense episode where everybody was like some dude, but it was less the secretary. Like it was less interesting.
That well, that's I don't know. I never find the male characters in the show to be the more
I
exciting.
don't
But
either. By the way,
and
the next
Jessica doesn't
episode has the
have
greatest female characters.
she doesn't have someone to bounce things off of like she usually
No,
does.
the detective is essentially useless in this episode. He does nothing.
Yeah, he's
He's just sort of
completely
there as
inconsequential.
like a kind of nice face, but he has no personality. I didn't even remember him on this watch through.
And it would be one thing if she was spending time with Kathy to sort of help clear Zach's name,
No,
but she doesn't
no.
even do that.
She's not
Kathy's
with
too busy with her child, I guess.
Yeah. Learn
Oh,
the
and
sign
that's part of
language.
it too, isn't it? Have we found out that technically, no, we haven't yet. That technically Kathy and Zach are criminals because Jill was not properly adopted. You're not supposed
Oh,
to buy a
geez.
child, but they bought a
And
child.
They've been getting threatening calls about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is, we forgot to mention earlier.
we
Whoops.
did. Okay, good. I wasn't even sure if it happened yet.
Yeah. So
We
that
are
makes
30 minutes into this episode.
what's happened so far?
Oh,
Phil Kruger
Jessica's
is
about
dead
to
in the tub.
be a threat on Jessica's life
She's gonna be locked
in
in
the
a steam room.
steam room.
This is very Michael Myers Halloween 2. Okay.
It's
It is
it's
it is a
pretty.
terrible way to murder somebody.
Oh my God.
And she is
Just
not bothered.
she's
She
gonna
gets out
regret
of this
that
room and she
sweater.
could care
I'll just tell
less.
you that. Also, why is there a cold setting for the steam room?
That would be the
Is
worst
that
steam bath.
normal?
Yeah,
Is
no, I
that
don't think
is
so.
that traditional?
Yeah.
Like an on and an off, I feel would be, and then maybe a temperature gauge, but
Yeah,
cold.
it doesn't really do it. Also,
So write
like,
in,
can
folks.
we
Do
talk
you
about
ever
how
had a
that
cold steam bath?
that door looks like it's supposed to open outward, or in the scene, it's looked like it's supposed to open inward toward her, and that's why that
Hey, there it
lock would
is.
work. Okay, because it
Yeah.
didn't look very convincing in the close shot.
It's I mean, she could sue them and own more than 4%. I'll tell you that
Oh,
right now.
please, she would own the team. She could walk into the locker room anytime she wants.
So
Butkus,
evidently, yes, there
yeah.
is a cold setting frequently in a steam bath. I did look it up.
Okay, well,
Evidently, that is common
we
for
know of the ice plunge now. It's a
therapeutic,
trend. Yeah.
I guess, but I wouldn't think of that in a steam situation.
No, sounds awful.
Ugh. Then take a bath, like you submerge. But anyway, so we have
She's in
this
the car
gentleman
with
here.
Grover Dillon. Who?
Yeah,
What does he do? He's just like an
he's
assistant coach.
yeah, he was like in charge of putting the towels down for the
Yeah.
naked guys,
He
which
did make a comment like
nice
football
work
can
if
be
you can get
dangerous.
it.
He really got the best job, let's be honest. But he's like, football can be dangerous, Miss Fletcher.
It's oh, I'm glad somebody
Apparently,
finally said it.
okay, let's watch these stretches. Okay. This is Jessica Fletcher
Woo!
and Tank Mason as from Dick Butkus stretching on
As
the field.
she is there in
It,
this velour.
oh, this is her fussy jog outfit.
Yeah,
Come on.
it's pretty
It's very
great.
Americana, red, white, and blue, velvet. And those are the laziest stretches I've ever seen in my life.
I don't like. I believe Dick
Look at her
Butkus
sort of
is
twist her
already.
head.
It's already a little too. Oh, hello. His
I know
very
this.
bulgy,
Okay.
very bulgy. Dick Butkus.
It's just right there for us to see. Wow.
Just right
Okay.
there.
And we go right into sign language. We have to make it wholesome again.
Okay, so we're back at the kitchen of the
Yeah.
Farrells, and
Yikes.
Jill is teaching Jessica some rudimentary ASL,
Mm-hmm.
and then she's gonna go play. Okay, bye. See you around.
Okay, bye. True.
And
And this is when they sort of spill the deets on the circumstances of her adoption, right?
yeah, this is
Yeah.
probably also Jessica's dressed like a rancher right now, and I kind of
What
live
is
for it.
what? I guess we're in
I I
California after all.
I kind of live,
Yeah.
kind of live.
It's a choice. She's like, today I'm going to the ranch. Meanwhile,
Oh, and let me fill your iced tea with this
Kathy Farrell
quintessential
is
cut crystal, very
my grandmother had one of
1985.
those. Yes.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh. And those big shoulder pads. Jeez, Kathy.
So I'm not suggesting that everyone has to play their actual age when they play a character, because it bothers me
Yeah.
actually when somebody says, "Oh, well, this person's too old for that." Well, in what
Yeah.
way? Well, that actor's this old. Yeah, but
Hmm.
do you believe that she's not? But Dick Butkus is 43 years old at the time of this episode, and that seems
Jesus.
a little old for a football player.
He was not an active player at this time, which is why he was doing Murder, She Wrote and not on the
No, I
field.
know, but he's
Yeah.
playing an active
Yeah,
player.
it makes no sense whatsoever. He's a name. He's trying to get the husbands interested, okay?
That's true.
Look at her in her after the bath look
It's
here.
so good. Or is it
Towel
even
up.
after? I mean, I know it. She
Maybe it's
still has the.
before.
She had, yeah.
Wearing a
She
fucking
has.
terry cloth robe again.
Why does she have her hair bound up in a towel? She
I
hasn't been
don't.
in the tub yet.
I know. That is a that is a nice tub of water, I have to say.
Oh, and dip your
Just get
terry
the robe
cloth.
totally wet.
Uh,
That's not going to dry for days, girl.
you're fully by yourself. Do you
Oh,
need to wrap
jeez.
yourself so tightly in your robe for modesty's sake?
And then why is Harris Talmadge there?
He needs to talk to her. I think he's angling for that 4%.
He wants it again. They all
Doesn't
want it.
they all want her
They
4%?
all want it.
Shit.
He's not a lawyer. He's not a team manager. He's not a coach. He's who the hell is he?
Um,
I think someone who wrote this episode went to Google and said, like, what are the roles in a ball club? And just made a character for each, not knowing a
which
damn
is, I
about
mean,
what they do.
that's uh, I would, you know what I would need? This is why I say that sometimes we need like experts to tell us how
Hmm.
accurate things are. I would
Hmm.
love somebody who was actually dyed in the wool football professional fan or former player or whatever to
Yeah.
say what the hell is going on. Just what the hell is going on?
Give us an education.
Is it right? Is it because I don't know? Is this
It might
how?
be. Maybe
And I mean,
they have their own sociolect that we are just not hearing.
I believe it when they throw us at a TV studio or at a law firm. Like I don't question it. I'm like, yeah, that's realistic, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
No.
I think, oh, he's the commissioner. That's what his job is.
What does that
So the
mean?
football commissioner.
Okay. Okay. So
That
like a higher up then.
is that is, folks at home, I'm so sorry.
Serving the New Southwest.
The
That's
highest
what the
ranking
taxi said.
executive of a league,
Okay.
overseeing
Okay.
operations, enforcing rules, and ensuring the best interests of the sport.
Got it.
So he is the football commissioner.
Got it.
Great.
Makes sense,
So
I guess.
I'm glad somebody is there filling that role. And
Yeah.
Jessica has
Yeah.
just wandered into the Kruger's house,
As she does. Like,
as she
please.
does.
By the way, the taxi said they were in the Southwest. So
Oh,
we're narrowing it down.
excellent.
So Arizona, California, New Mexico, maybe Nevada.
Maybe I mean, we've done Tahoe,
That's true. She's just on a tour de force here.
but poor great Uncle Cyrus, we don't know
Mm,
that was so we didn't mention that that was her uncle who
yeah,
that's who she inherited the money from.
right.
Uh
Oh, best moment in the show is the silhouette with a gun. So Jessica went
it's
into Kruger's house and is in the bathroom, and the tub is soaking wet on the carpet because carpet was a thing in the 80s in the bathroom. Terrible idea.
terrible idea.
Is soaking wet outside that tub. And then Miss Savage, as Mrs. Kruger, shows up with a gun and a beautiful silhouette. It's so
What
noir. I love it.
are these puffy
Uh-huh.
wristbands? I
She got
love it. And
muffs on.
that brooch, stunning.
Jessica's such an
The
idiot.
the nails, she
She looks great.
looks fantastic.
She's giving a little Madeline Kahn in this scene.
A little bit, yeah,
Yeah.
because you know what it is? It's also it's yeah, this is 1985, but this could also
Hmm.
be 1943. Who the hell
Totally.
knows? Like, look at that. That's
She's got that. It's very like Pretty Dick's
timeless
wife.
beauty.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she has the
Also,
gun because she assumes JB or
uh-huh.
someone was trying to rob her.
Right.
And so she calls the cops, and Jessica's like, great idea. The
Yeah.
floor is wet.
Which just because unbothered, could care less that this woman is holding a gun to her head.
Oh, and she has this rabbit fur. This is her only misstep. She has this rabbit foot around her neck. This is Miss Savage's only fashion misstep.
What did she go to the skating rink?
It's so hideous.
and play the
It's so
circus
weird that
games.
that was a
What
thing.
on earth? This was her
It's
prize
so
with her 10
she won
tokens.
skee
It's
ball and
awful.
she said, "Gimme and give me the rest of the rabbit for these muffs." Like it's
This was the inspiration piece for the whole look.
and these white pumps, which are, as we
Oh,
know, the sign of an absolute hooker.
I love it. She
I
should
love
wear
it. And
those
she's done.
pumps.
She's gone. She's
Uh-huh.
like, I'm going to a
She
hotel.
does not. She does
I'm
not show
not
up again,
staying in the
right?
house of a dead man.
Yeah.
Because
She
now
gets
we've
the best part in
learned.
this episode. Yeah.
Oh, she's fantastic. She would be our normally our one scene wonder. She just happens to have two.
And she's the female suspect here.
Kind of,
Sort
even though
of,
she
but
was not
yeah.
there. She
Yeah,
wasn't in
barely.
town.
Barely.
She was off stripping the massage
Uh-huh.
therapist. But all of this is
Good
to
for
say,
her.
so the floor is wet, which means that Kruger probably was killed in his own bathroom and
hmm
then
And
brought
moved
to
to
the
the, yeah,
football
the locker room, whatever.
locker room.
Yep. Physical
Great.
therapy station. Yeah. By the way, this they're in the locker room before a game, and the coach is giving a pep talk, and it is the darkest, worst pep talk I have ever heard in my life. It's
And we're
like,
all go. He's like
it's a
he's just
bad
telling them
week.
basically they're all going to war.
We
Like,
suck. You're gonna lose. We're all gonna die someday. All right, get out there.
all right, show them how you take your hits.
Yeah. Hit him
Uh,
on the butt. Hit him on the butt. Okay.
no butt hitting. It's a
No.
shame, really.
All on the shoulder. This show was always so ahead of its time.
They're gonna win that one for Jessica. Good for
Yeah.
Tank
I like
is
how she's
Tank
standing
is
there. She's standing there in the locker room as if she's been there the whole time. And she's been there like 3 days.
now we get to the wall, which for some reason is covered in photos from the party.
Mm-hmm. That
Why
Dick
we could not
Butkus
tell
took
you.
for us. We got Chin.
Yeah, chin and mustache is
We
there,
got Talmadge.
aka Webb McCord, who is
Uh-huh.
Webb McCord. That is a like. And welcome to the nightly news. I'm Webb
I like it.
McCord.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
good. It
strong.
works. Webb McCord.
But she notices
Hank
something
Mason. I love the names.
suspicious.
Yeah.
She notices something suspicious and this is why it's important, part A, part B timeline of the night
Mm-hmm.
that may clear Zach.
Because Kruger was killed around 9, right? Like something like 9,
Yeah,
10, something 9, 10 p.m. And people
this is
came.
Jessica. Jessica at the cleaners, pretending to be Sylvia.
Oh, geez. Wait, can we hear it? Wait, let's back up.
Yes,
Let's listen
let's
to it.
finally.
There's
You know
something
it's
worth
good if we
listening
say
to.
that.
Yeah.
Mr. McCord, this is Sylvia down at the cleaners. The cleaners. The boss won't let me go home until I tell you.
Tell me what?
That jacket you brought in has one brass button missing.
What?
The boss was very insistent that I tell you it was missing when you brought it in, so you won't think that we lost it.
I understand. Thank you for the call.
You're welcome.
Okay. Question number 1. How does she know that he took that coat to the cleaners already? That's an
Oh,
that's an awfully thick
she's
assumption.
totally lying. She's
Yeah.
taking
Well,
the
of
gamble.
course she's lying. But what if he had said, like, I didn't go to the cleaners. I don't have a
What the hell are
cleaner.
you talking about?
Like, where does she go from there? She's very lucky. And of course she's right.
Yeah, yeah.
She's faking
Now
that a button was lost.
she says, what I find really fascinating here, this is one of the few episodes which has a direct link to a previous one, where she
Mm.
says, "This button I was reminded of by a previous situation in California when a button was a clue." That's the
Oh my
Hooray for
God,
Homicide
that's
episode,
right. Hooray for homicide. And Eve.
aka episode 3
Pour one out for Eve.
or 4. I think Hooray for Homicide's number 4.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so that was
And the
for
whiskey and
some
Diet
reason she
Coke,
throws.
please.
Why does she throw like as if the audience was like, oh? I mean, obviously I was, but
Yeah,
I
we
just
were.
think it's hilarious.
Like,
I think it's hilarious.
no, your audience.
From 14 weeks before,
By the
I
way, can we talk
remember
about how this
that.
bathtub is blue?
Blue.
It's such an ugly blue too.
I kind
It's
of
not
live,
good.
but
Do
I don't
you?
know.
Oh,
I do.
give
I'm
me an
dubious.
avocado green, but this ugly gray blue, ugh,
No, I
not for me.
I kind of live. Yeah.
I think it's a color that was a little ahead of its time. This is like 1989 for me, this color.
Yes. Well, because rich people, they
Yeah,
thought ahead. The Krugers were like,
they're
well,
trendsetters. Yeah,
clearly they were doing fine with that 48%. They
I
seemed like they're
guess.
doing just fine.
That's why everybody wants Jessica's 4.
Everybody wants Jessica's 4.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Episode title,
I think we might be.
maybe.
I think we might have gotten it. Oh, and what's his name? Chin did it.
The chin. Yeah.
By the way,
I'm
Web
sorry, Web
McCord did
McCord.
it. Because something was broken. What the blazer he changed from
Mhm.
one moment during the party to the next,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
only can mean he got the first blazer wet when he drowned Kruger. That's the only
Yeah.
reason that ever could
Yeah.
have happened.
But what's his motive?
He wanted the percentage, I
The
think.
shares? Is that it? Is that they essentially told us the
Simple
motive
greed.
from step one, and there was no misdirect there. It was always the same thing with no interesting suspects.
Yeah, he wanted
What the
total
hell?
control. He wanted total control,
Oh, it's so disappointing.
which presumably he would have gotten because he probably would have convinced Kruger's
Right.
widow to sell it to him.
Yeah. And that being said, like I know I'm bitching a lot, but he's fun to watch in this last scene. It's not the best murder confession, but he's
No,
compelling and he goes for
yeah,
her, right?
he's got beautiful blue
He's not
eyes.
passive. Oh my God, I know. And the chin, cut rock with that
Chin,
thing. Jeez.
ch chiseled,
You could pull a truck with that thing.
chiseled. He's gonna be very popular in prison. Oh well,
Yeah.
too
Speaking of
bad.
prison,
Oh,
did you
but
see that statue with little butt cheeks on it?
oh, hang on. Oh, and also the incongruous like Birth of Venus print. Oh yeah,
I know.
just hanging out.
This is a very fleshy bathroom.
Oh, the sconces are weird. Like what? There's a
Yeah.
television. What is this room?
It's like gray blue polka dot wallpaper. It's
Oh,
so
weird.
ugly.
Again,
Ugly.
I kind of live, but it's so
Yeah.
weird.
Jeez.
The Venus doesn't belong there. That doesn't make any sense there.
No.
Sorry.
No. That's just to get people horny.
Oh. So we're back in the football helmet car,
Uh-huh.
and Jessica's letting this child drive her, and
How
she's
old
like,
do you think she is?
take it easy.
11 maybe?
I think she's meant to be like 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, when I was a kid, my
It's
grandparents had golf carts and I drove them all the time. So I can't hold it against her. Different times.
that was where the big budget went for this
Yeah.
episode, was this helmet car.
This helmet car, not on the field, not on the party, for God's sakes. We know that.
Well, so with all of this, Zach is cleared, and in theory, did we solve the issue with the misappropriated orphan? Did we
No, no, she's still an illegal adoption and they still have to account for it somehow, but not this time.
not today.
No,
But Jessica's
they're in
decided
a,
what to do with her 4%, and she's giving it
yeah,
to Jill.
which is very sweet.
It's very nice. But
Very
which means
Jessica
that
of
Zach
her.
effectively is in charge. I mean, Jill is 11.
Yeah,
So,
she's she know what she's doing.
and we
Working the
never see
system,
her
giving it to
again.
the nice people. Yeah. Bye, Jill.
Yeah,
Fuck your
done.
sign language lessons.
Wow. Well, that was certainly an episode.
Yikes.
Uh,
Yikes. What did we even talk about? I don't know. We'll find
I mean,
out in the edit.
in the summation of it all, it's a perfectly fine concept. It's
Yeah.
just not particularly compelling in so much as it's a setting that I don't even think the writers were that
Yeah.
excited to actually write about.
It feels like where it feels in the season. It's like 2/3 through the first season. We gotta get some episodes pumped out. Here's a concept. Here's a potential premise. Here's a setting that we haven't looked at before. Sports.
Right.
It feels like such a rookie try at this idea, which we see better in other episodes.
It could have just as easily been the stock market. Like could it
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
just it's
It's
and
any
actually we do
setting. It's
have
just yeah.
in the episode that's based on the Scottish play,
Hmm.
that is also very similar because that's also about shares and
Yeah,
trying to figure
yeah.
out who is the right person to be in charge. But that one has a little bit more like intrigue, I
Sure.
feel, because
I agree.
the characters are more compelling,
It's
frankly.
more developed. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just, as far as I'm concerned, this is a stamp of the formula of this show on a generic episode,
Like I
which
should
is
know what all of these characters do,
totally,
actually.
totally.
I should know that. I shouldn't have to
No,
be already filled in on what that means. You know
it could,
why?
yeah.
Because Jessica's usually that character.
Hmm.
Jessica is us because
Hmm.
she is the one who goes to these places and has to ask stupid questions because
Totally.
somebody has to give her that information because we may
Hmm.
not know,
Yeah,
even if it's something she should
absolutely.
know.
Absolutely.
Which can get a little annoying sometimes because she's a smart, learned woman who actually like taught for a living. And
Yeah.
sometimes she's like, well, what is that? Well, okay,
Like,
you're doing that for our
girl,
benefit.
you
Okay,
know.
all right, all right,
Don't play dumb now.
all right.
Um,
But she loves doing that too, also to
hmm.
catch people unawares. So,
Truly. She got a bag of tricks, this girl.
so I mean, let's see, pluses. Dick Butkus is perfectly charming in
He
it.
is really fun. He is a treat. Whenever he's on screen, whether he's taking a picture or
He just seems
stretching
happy
with
to
a big
be
bulge,
there.
like yeah,
He just seems
full
happy to be there.
of full of energy, which is what they say the number one rule of being on TV is just look happy to be there,
Happy to be there.
right?
Recently passed away too, but happy
Yeah,
that he made his mark in this episode
yeah.
as one of the highlights.
I'm sure he brought some audience members into this one,
Oh, I'm
right?
sure that it got arts and leisure news
I mean,
saying, "Oh,
for
by the way."
absolutely, and for that matter, so is Caitlyn Jenner in this episode.
Right, as a
Like,
Olympian.
it's a real novelty to have them here. We didn't
Yeah,
need them to play these characters, and Zach could have been played better, and Dick Butkus was charming as fuck, but you never know what the coin toss is going to be.
it's true. I
Yeah,
hadn't realized that Jenner had been in other things, but most often playing effectively herself.
kind of.
Um,
Yeah, the same sort of athlete character. Yeah,
yeah.
all over
Well, and
the
also
80s.
literally playing character of the same name
Yeah,
of her previous name.
yeah,
So like it's like as herself, or in that
hmm,
case, different gender
yeah, totally.
usage. But was in Silver Spoons, was in Chips,
All sorts of things.
all sorts, and then nothing for a very long time until she helped bring the Kardashians into our
Yeah,
zeitgeist.
yeah.
And I think we're the poorer for it, but
Wah, wah, wah. I couldn't agree more. Unfortunately. But I'll no, I'll never know. I'll no, no, no. I won't say it. I won't say it. Their show is trash.
oh no, it's fine.
Um,
I think we're in
it's
a safe place here.
yeah,
We're in a
yeah.
safe
I
place
feel
here.
like most
I
of our audience. No offense if you love it, but it's just not for me.
no, you know what the most
Ha
incongruous thing
nothing
is?
happens in that show. Nothing
No,
happens.
no, no. It's a series of gifts,
Yeah,
basically, over and over again.
true, true.
Uh, but at some point, she was a well-respected uh sports person.
Olympian, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and then there of course is the vehicular manslaughter that if
Oh,
you're ever
geez.
curious about, you can explore that as well.
Yikes.
Uh, yeah. Well, that's everybody, huh? All right.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, what other positives are there in this episode? I mean, all the crotches and butts are fine.
They're
Cool.
fine. They could be a little tighter.
I'd rather look at
Not
Danny
enough of these
Tolliver.
people are wearing not enough of these people are actually wearing jock straps, which they would
No.
be. You would
There's
be
some
able
nice
to
short
tell.
shorts in this scene here. Yeah, that's okay by
Oh,
me.
Elizabeth Savage is wonderful.
She needs more. We need more of her. She should have been the stroking a cat in the restaurant character here.
He is pretty fabulous.
Yeah. Um,
And that basically
Gosh,
that's
Victor,
basically as
I'm
exciting as it
really
gets.
really stretching here.
Yeah.
Um, the big helmet, I guess. Cool.
No, I don't.
No, it's not good. It's
Doesn't
not
do it
good.
for me.
Bad
Just doesn't do it for
hairstyles.
me.
Everybody looks the same characters. None of them seem to matter. Um, yeah.
Well,
What else do we hate about the episode?
well, you had
Okay.
issues with her dress, I'll tell you that.
Oh my God. What is she wearing? Oh, she's dressing like she's 73 years old.
Well,
Um,
she hadn't.
I'm talking about the wife, not Jessica.
Oh,
Ugh,
okay.
just so bad. So I have some problems with this episode, obviously, because the characters are so uninteresting. They don't have any direction. We don't ever really investigate any of them in a way that we remember it. We've both seen this episode how many times, and who are these people? I don't
Mhm.
care.
Mm-mm.
Um, Jessica, she's as plucky as ever, a little busybody, of course, but she's doing her thing. But there's no really standout moments for her other than her calling with the weird uh laundromat or dry cleaner voice, right? Like,
Mhm.
what else do we get from her in this episode that's interesting at all? Um,
She's I think there's a lot of her behavior is with the kids or
mhm.
trying to or is like the
Yeah.
fish out of water. She comes across as fussy and old in this.
Yeah,
Like it's
which is
not a
unfortunate.
contemporary Jessica.
No,
It really isn't. And
it feels like a
we
different
get
writer entirely.
better versions of that in other
Yeah,
situations.
yeah, for sure.
According to IMDb, due to the 505 area code, this episode takes
Mhm.
place in New Mexico, just so
Hey, we called it.
we set that to rest.
Okay, all right. We solved a mystery here.
Oh dear. Uh,
Um, yeah,
I think that's kind of it though, isn't it?
I don't know what to say about it.
I didn't
It's
tell
just
you
not
also.
the greatest episode.
So IMDb also has like a keywords thing.
Hmm.
And so it tells you uh things that so you can tag things so that you can find other things that are like them.
Yeah.
Someone clearly for this episode was feeling some kind of way because the popular tags for this on IMDb are man wrapped in towel,
Oh,
party, bare-chested male, football stadium, towel, locker room, hot tub, and dancing. And I think that sums up this episode
oh my
pretty
God.
well.
That search bar is for a different time in the evening. I'll just say that.
I
Oh
just
my
happened to
God.
glance down at the trivia and it said
That's
it
so
said
funny. Jesus.
storyline plot key plot keywords. Bare-chested male.
Bare-chested male.
Sure was. Sure
I'm just gonna click
was.
that link right now and see what else comes up.
uh well while you do
Oh,
that,
geez.
I think we should
We
wrap.
can wrap this one up.
Uh
Yeah.
this was
Thank you for
I
this
think
treasure trove of garbage. It was a
yeah,
real delight.
it's
You
kind
know
of the
what?
first kind of in bad episode, I think.
Kind of, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's a delight to hate on it a little bit too.
Yeah.
I am grateful that it is so bad that I can have a good laugh at its expense. So
Yeah.
thank you.
We have some good
Thank
ones
you,
coming
sudden
up.
death.
We have some more. Our next episode involves a writers' conference where
Hmm.
Jessica's up for an award, and a poet, a contemporary poet, is the suspect.
Yeah.
All
Victor,
right,
I
sure.
love this episode. I love this episode. I can't wait. It's such a
Uh,
treat.
all right. So, folks at home, I think that concludes us for
Yes.
today. I'm Victor Devon,
I'm petrified.
and
And
this
this
was
was
tonight
tonight on
on
Murder,
Murder,
She
She
Wrote.
Wrote. Ah,
Go
bare-chested
on.
male.
Are you in the end zone?
Oh, see, I think Sudden Death was a pretty clever title. I liked
I
that.
liked it. I think that's a play, right?
That's yes. That is in fact a football term.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Enough said.